you know, for violence against us, power to be cut off, you know, people to come literally clip the power from the house and shit. Or when they're committing things like breaking and entering, which I assume at some point will be taken care of. And they're doing that with our own abuser's knowledge and without him reporting it. Now, you tell me what kind of fucked that is. Does that seem safe to any of y'all for a child and survivor of a monster to then be helped by this group to acquire things they think can be used against them in court and stolen from here, and then you know it because they're dumb enough to run their mouth and get recorded doing so, but and they're in possession of, I mean, all these things. Does that seem safe to you? Does that seem like something you'd want somebody to go through? That's still trying to separate from the fucking abuse and the cords tied between and flying monkeys and everything else? Hell no, it's not. And most people will be in jail for this. Well, Della is part of the ones we're talking about. Not like the video is generally titled "When JODIESUE Meets Candace," but it's off my Facebook, right? And the thing is that John tried to make it look like at the first of the video, it's some shit about we're all mandated reporters. JODIESUE failed, whatever, blah blah. Why didn't you report this in area? Yada yada. And it gives a code like this official looking, and that makes it stick more in people's minds, forming mind fuckery and pushing for people to do things. That's what I'm talking about. When these people actually direct, they just put the pebble in the pond, take it, but they know what they're doing enough to set that type of behavior off, right? This official looking law put up there, and then this continued reminder of that, and then the flashing of TBI numbers and police and whatever, right? And then they cut one of our videos. In that case, this one was like the first meeting with Candace video, right? And John tries to make it look like I met Candace and she was giving liquor to one of the children. That was not the case. Candace just had liquor in a sippy cup, and I clearly state that she told the child, no, they couldn't have a sippy cup because they had her liquor in it. But John made it look the opposite, right? And that's fucking dangerous. And then later on, he does another thing similar with the same video just a few minutes later, and he clipped it to where it sounded like something it also was not. In between, he pops up all the laws, the numbers, and it's basically telling people to go ahead and call in. And to me, that's causing swatting, false flagging. It's taken. What do you think that does? It really does pull agents and real people and shit off of Summer's case while they deal with that shit, right? And so you tell me how John was helping Summer with that, and you can't tell me he did not know what he was doing when he clipped it to those pieces. And to me, that's the same as filing a false police report, but probably in the thousands considering how many calls that cost. No, Hoosier, and I've not been back ever to see if it's down. I don't really care at a certain point. Look, got busy. I've not felt good the past few days, so, la. But, anyway, I plan on trying, if my health will allow this week, to do what I need to do with a bunch of different shit. I'm just, there are degrees of things over here, And it's like, I don't really care what the world thinks of me. I know where I stand. I know where my children stand. And I know we're witnesses on it. That's it. All right? Live somewhere, didn't really want to fucking live. Hated the fucking place, quite frankly. And it was always just bad shit. Always. Motherfucking place is cursed. I swear to God. It's probably the only sticking point that, that Jackie Dobbs and I can agree on. Ben Hill, hell indeed. Motherfucker's been cursed since Ben Hill fucking suicided. It's just something wrong with the motherfucking place. And if you know the road, it's one of the more notorious ones you end up dying on. It's just somewhere shit happens, okay? It's one of the two most probably deadly roads inside Beach Creek. Anyway, motherfucking place is cursed. Just like the rest of fucking everybody and everything related to it is. Something fucking wrong with the whole damn group of them. Anyway, probably fucking lie. Dolly Bear, I mean, H has been through enough, And you gotta think, even if Tragedy Pimpville, all of you all move on, right? Y'all turn the page, turn the screen, click another button. We're all still here. We're all still left, and forever will be for the rest of our lives with June 15th. And the what ifs and what happens and whatever. And all we can do every day is wake up and, you wonder. I don't know, man. You keep waiting for the damn answers. You keep waiting for somebody. You keep waiting on the fucking news to pop up, or when your neighbors say, hey, they're at so-and-so's, they've fucking got them, or, Fed's not going to be like, hey, look, we've got whoever. I mean, you just keep fucking waiting. You keep waiting to hear something a piece to fall, somebody to say the one thing that clicks that makes it all kind. You keep just waiting and waiting and waiting. And even after those moments, because I'm sure in my soul they'll come. I know summer's going to be found. I know answers will come. But it's waiting until, right? But even still, for the rest of our days on Earth, it'll be what if? What could I have? What did we miss? How did we miss? An adult doing all this plus tragedy pin and all that. And they can say, matter of fact, the same one little uh, notorious chatter earlier in raps and told them to fuck straight off into hell. But they're like, JODIESUE brings in ourselves. You know what? I ain't playing that game with anybody. I may be here, whatever. I get to certain degrees, these things, they're parts. It's, it's just part of it. And it's going to be as long as I'm hearing it. Thing is, when you understand how this started with the tragedy pit, in the steps throughout all this time, it would not have mattered if I was here or not, or ever spoke out. They would be doing it for us. Look how they target H. She's not speaking any longer. Look how they target other neighbors, and they've never spoken at all. Look how they dock, torment, and fuck with, and you all still do not know. I mean, they've literally went to the depths of trying to kidnap elderly, basically, that have like Alzheimer's and shit to try to get them to talk. And I was looking at it all, trying to talk them into like, you have no idea. There are other neighbors, there are other community members that are going through fucking hell, and their children are going through fucking hell, but they're just not here. But you all do always hear about them and stuff, and nobody stops like scamming an alley when they're just name dropping and doing this and doing that. And it's like when Drain the Well Dry, and they were down there on Ben Hill last time, and they get fucking Sherfy to lie out his fucking asshole in his face, for his own needful thing on Ben Hill last time, and they get fucking Sherfy to lie out his fucking asshole in his face, for his own needful thing, which I assume was trying to be like, look over there. And I just don't care how he feels about that fucking statement, because he knows he's a fucking hot ass liar. I know he's a fucking hot ass liar. The point is, while they're down there, they make fun of neighbors I know at that point are dying, because they're screaming at them to get the fuck away, to stop. And I also know that Sheriff at that point is trying to protect them from that bullshit as well. Nobody is trying to protect them from that bullshit as well. Nobody wants that in there. They don't want them terrorizing those neighbors. And but yeah, they thought it's funny. They come here for y'all's entertainment, whatever. But there they are on that fucking road, causing grief and chaos, and somebody's laughing. Whatever, but there they are on that fucking road, causing grief and chaos in somebody's last moments of their fucking life as they fight for their fucking life again, because they had just come in as summer banished, distant other, and the few weeks that they should have had of peace before everything returned was spent with helicopters and drones and things, and also terrorizing away because they were a Vietnam vet, right? Very much had PTSD. And so those were how the last healthy, they thought, hopeful weeks are, and then it comes back, and yeah, but you all have no idea out here, right? And everybody just thinks it's cute and funny. Oh yeah, fuck those neighbors that are yelling at Molly. Go like, did we even go down the driveway? Yeah, okay, well, it ain't cute. It ain't cute. So they made the last weeks and months of another neighbor's life hell. Trapped them inside, did whatever to them too. Is that funny? Is that funny? Couldn't even go outside, rest, enjoy, last days here, shit like that, enjoying the peace they moved there for in the first place. Is that fucking funny? Is that entertainment? You think Drain the Well Dry or JLR or I believe even Lockdown was with them at that point on that one? You think any of them, and I know Justin was, Floppy's there at that point, because I'm pretty sure that was the one when Floppy was doing the run down the hill and all that shit too. You think any of them gave a damn? You think they give a damn still? Absolutely fucking not. Right? But hell, I mean, look, even during the well drive wants to talk about, Jared and the AWP thing and all that, right, today. But yet, look what she said about Shanann and all that, the Watts case and everything, and how she has repeatedly talked shit about Victor. I mean, all of them have done it. All of them have done it. And then they turn around with the other side of their mouth the next case and tell you they suddenly care about these people, and that's what the fuck they're there for, is for survivors, victims, murdered children, missing children, murdered children, missing children. I don't think so. Like, what the hell? Like, how do you drink one glass of Kool-Aid one time and then turn around a day later and drink the opposite glass of Kool-Aid and not think, damn, that clashes with what they told me last week? You know, yeah, Jude. He did damage and harm many with the bullshit he peddled. Absolutely. Absolutely did. And that's a known fact by not just myself, but investigative journalists here, law enforcement, those closest to 110, Cam in particular, and others have done some of the worst fucking damage. And been some of the worst. And you know, with just still, I'm mind boggled that dude got way ahead of the rest of them with subs, which they half of those fake and they built them up. But anyway, the point is, with shit he was 9 months behind on. Everybody else already fucking knew. He still ain't got his ass from home ground. And yet people are like, oh, I'm like, you kidding me with this fucking joke? Nah, he's not, Dolly. You know, I want justice for all these families and all the things done to everyone around all of these cases by these fucking tragedy pimps. I would love to see the day come to where these people are made such a fucking example from. Certain very nuanced laws made to where it doesn't take the rights of regular citizens or free speech or families needing help or communities speaking out or anything like that, but that it stops this from ever being able to take place to the degree that it is, and what they do in real life in these real cases, and that it absolutely terrifies the fuck out of ever doing anything similar again. They can sit back there and talk about it all fucking day long, all they want, be tragedy pimps and voice only, but the minute they go fucking real life on anyone around any of these cases, or commit crimes, or blackmail, or targeting, or torment, psychological, emotional manipulation, that their fucking asses are grass. The day that happens, I'll shut my whole fucking mouth. At least on tragedy pimps, right? But DV is always going to be a lifelong thing. It's just how it is, and you know, I didn't stay quiet while it was happening. The community knew. I've never been quiet about it, and I never will be. And I don't think it's, if I have the ability to speak and want to, whereas some can't or don't want to, and that's up to each of us as survivors and fighters, and what's comfortable to us. But if I can be a voice, and especially where it concerns, I mean, the changes that need to be made in the system and justice system and such, and societally for domestic violence victims and things, man, it just a complete fucking overhaul. And yeah, it's just where I'm at. So as long as my voice can join the many out there, it will do so. Because fuck these motherfucking monsters. Because fuck these motherfucking monsters and their flip scripts and their bullshit and the use of system. And wildly enough, even tragedy Pintville here to further abuse, harm, and torment and terrorize victims and survivors of theirs. But the system, thinking everything's a, you know, a Budweiser, black eye, and like that's not bad enough, right? But not being educated enough, or using any resource to really verify, you know, really verify, you know, anybody's anything or understand what depths these motherfuckers will go to look like something they're fucking not, and then to use the system, or for others to help them do that on purpose for some fucked up reason. Or favors or families or whatever, that's a fucking problem. You know, but it's, you know, in that regard, not alone there either. It happens to a lot of victims of domestic violence. And you'd think law enforcement would catch on to that shit too. and knock it the whole fuck off and start vetting or maybe talking to a fucking victim before they do stupid shit. But nope. I did hear something, but I didn't think it was going to be like that. Up again, but I don't know. Well, all kinds of other things have to happen first, before I can do that. And I don't know if that'll ever happen because of what's going on health-wise with me. That's a thing, strange clothes. I have tons of friends, but I have really cut myself off from everybody in order to keep them, and I'll continue to do so. Uh, but my actual circle is very, very small. Has been for a long time. Those who know me best, they beg to speak. They beg to come out. If ever the time's right, maybe. There's no need for it. Like, I can speak for myself. I'm not gonna have other people's lives destroyed because other fucking little nefarious little local stalkers and pygmies and shit would recognize voices and shit, even if I kept them behind icons and fake names. They'd recognize you can't prove here who they were, and then they'd be targeted and their children harassed, and I don't want that. And I figure most of those are better kept for court proceedings. I'm usually and generally most, and look, my best friend is male. I do have a couple female friends, and very long term from the time I was little, but I'm by far closest to males, and they are generally, especially in my younger